Until you start thinking about how can I make my money work for me instead of me working for money, nothing can change. You might make more, you might start doing better, but the wealthy and the banks and everybody else, they understand how to make money work for them.
I do the same exact thing, but probably not as well as you do. That's why I'm so happy to have you on, because and I want to jump in because I want to get tactical here, and then we could talk about how the school system's failing everyone by not teaching these type of things. But let's start here because we got to pick some place to start. How do we change our money mindset? Because we all have our beliefs. We've been taught that a penny earned is a penny saved. A penny saved is a penny earned. Save your way to wealth. A lot of people operate in scarcity mode. And you've said something that I find really interesting, that money isn't difficult to find once you understand it. So I'd love to know what that means and maybe learn how to understand it.
Sure. Money is all around us. It's been all around us the whole time. The biggest reason why most people don't think it's around them, they can't find it, they can't get it, is they're always thinking they have to ask for money. They have to go out there and do things that we're taught to do. Like, when you got a real estate deal and you need money, what do? You go ask people. When I needed $70,000, I went and asked everybody I knew for money. When you ask for money, you put yourself in a position of weakness. What people need to do is the age-old thing of solving problems. So if you go out there and instead of asking for money, what you did is you focused on what problem the people you're going to talk to have. And everybody has a money problem. Everyone, from the billionaire all the way down to the person barely making it, we all have a money problem. They're all different. But what you do is you figure out what that problem is and you show them how to solve it. Very simple way of explaining that. Let's say you got a neighbor and he's got a bunch of equity in his house like everybody else in this country does right now. But your neighbor through COVID is having a hard time, and you're having a conversation and you're talking about like the car payments because he's got a fancy car in the driveway and you're like, man, that must be an expensive payment. Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that. I might have to sell the car. Ding, ding, ding. Light bulb should go off because what you just uncovered is the first money problem. And then what I would do and what I teach people to do is go to your neighbor and say, hey, listen, I had that same problem, but I want to show you something I learned. I want to show you how your house can pay that car payment. And you don't have to work any harder. You don't have to work any longer. You don't have to give up control of any of your money, and you don't have to take on any additional risk. How does that sound? Right there, the guard is down. Your neighbor wants to hear how to do this. So that's just a simple example of like that money was there the whole time. His money. And just everybody's listening to this, most people have equity in their house. And what do? They brag about it. I hear it all the time. Oh, we've got like 150,000 in equity in our house. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Like, is that equity changing your life? Are you taking more vacations? Well, no, the market's been good. I have equity in my house. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. That like your house is a liability. Like Kiyosaki said it best. It's a liability. It's not an asset until you turn it into an asset. See, the wealthy and the banks know something that we don't. And I'm going to get deeper into this as we go, but they know that to make money, you only have so many hours in the day. So the age-old thing of what we're taught through school and through college is to go out there and work hard, hustle, and you can make money. But when you think like that, you're always restricted to the hours in the day. And we all have exactly the same number of hours. And until you start thinking about how can I make my money work for me, instead of me working for money, nothing can change. You might make more, you might start doing better, but the wealthy and the banks and everybody else, they understand how to make money work for them. And because they understand that there's no restriction, no limit at all to how hard their money can work. So they don't have to work harder. They don't have to work longer. And I'm going to tell you how they don't have to take additional risk or give up control as well. But that is one of the biggest things. We've just never been shown that. Only thing we've been shown is how to work for money and give up control of our best dollars every day of our life. And that's why out of every dollar somebody makes, I'm holding $100 bill in my hand. If you went to work and you made $100 an hour and you got this $100, what you got to realize is you might be excited that you made $100 an hour. Okay. Wow. $100 for 1 hour. That's great. Some people would be excited about that. But what they should be not excited about is that they give up $90 of that $100 to somebody else.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want, check out our most recent video over here. And this one is the one YouTube thinks you'll like. But if you really enjoyed watching, please do me a favor, like and subscribe over here. Thank you so much.